This episode of Tekzilla is sponsored by Domain.com.
We haven't covered geocaching in a long time, but we just got a press release from the geocaching folks saying that they are nearing 2 million active caches around the world. So active, of course, means that they are out there, ready for you to find. So I wanted to, get back into this and talk about what geocaching is for people who might be interested.
It's kind of like hiking meets geeking out on navigational tools.
Yeah, it can be like urban hiking, it can be like a treasure hunt, it can be like going out into the world and discovering new places that you've never seen before. But the basics is, you sign up for an account at geocaching.com. It's not required, it's not something you have to do, right. But I think it's one of the easiest ways to really get involved with the community and discover and post your own caches. So here's my profile. Let's see, here's one of my caches that you can find out there in the world. This one is actually located pretty close to the Revision 3 offices, which makes it very easy for me. So you can see this cache, and also track all the responses of people who have either found it or not been quite so lucky. So I like to find caches out when I'm traveling, and the geocaching iPhone app is really great for that. Let me grab my phone here. So you can use it as, you can use the built-in GPS, and then you can make a list of all of the different caches that you want to find, or you can just be more serendipitous and look for ones that are in your area.
So we should probably point out that the cache part of geocache is usually that there's something hidden or buried. Yes. Or... Would
you like to see?
I would like to see the treasure. Did you remove that from your geocache?
No. So the geocache that I have, Couple Cache, is it's a micro. Okay. So I'll show you what a micro looks like. This is a typical kit. This is a small-sized geocaching box. You can use really any waterproof sealed container.
Tupperware, Ziploc bags.
Yeah, totally. Ziploc bags may not be so hot because they could wear down over time, and they're just a lot more difficult to take care of. Ooh, God, it was on the airplane, really so it was suctioned. But this is a nano cache. This is one of the tiniest ones that you can get.
It's so twee.
And in fact, it's so small. The only thing that can fit inside of it really is the little logbook that people sign to prove that they were there.
So they basically unroll that piece of paper and sign their name?
Well, I brought this also because I have to go replace my logbook on my nano cache that's near the office. I don't even want to take this out because once you unroll it, it is hell to get back together again. But it has a little tiny official geocaching logo on there.
It's so twee.
It's so adorable, isn't it? And you just roll it out and you sign your initials or sign your name and leave a little message.
Do not attach it to a raven.
Right, that would be a hard geocache to find. So these are little trinkets and toys that you can add into a geocache. This is stuff that actually my mom collected for me because she was getting into it too. And then there's some official pieces, like this is
put something in, take something out, put something in?
Exactly. Okay. You can or you don't have to. So one of the fun things is if you have something you want to leave in the cache and it's a large enough one to do that, you can. Or if you want to take something to bring to other caches, you can do that as well. So it's like, you can leave a present, you can take a present. It's nice to put one back in case you've taken one to kind of keep it filled with cool stuff.
So it's good to explain that to these smaller geocachers in your group.
You don't just get to take everything. It's not just a secret treasure hunt. So this is a geocoin. So these you can keep these, or they can travel from cache to cache. And then this is another little trackable that they actually have little code numbers on the back that you can enter in the website and then follow the progress of that certain little collectible as it travels around the world.
So it's kind of funny. In the early days, geocaching usually meant owning your own dedicated GPS device, but you mentioned the geocaching app. Pretty much anybody with a modern cell phone can get in on this.
Yeah, the geocaching app is on the iPhone, it's on Android, and you can also have geocaching elements built into an existing GPS unit. Like my Earthmate GPS, it has a geocaching function right in the menu, so I can take my lists from the geocaching website, upload them to my GPS device, and then when I'm out and about, I can find them much easier. Or you can do it old school style and just write down the coordinates of where the cache is and go find it using your GPS device. It works either way. You don't need to have the geocaching.com functionality built in order for that to work.
Technically, you could use like a sextant and time your paces and stuff like that.
Totally.
But that would be pretty hardcore.
There's some amazing ones. I mean, people hide all sorts of interesting things. There's another one near our office. It's actually submerged.
Really?
So one of the things is that you're not supposed to have to use any kind of tools in order to find the geocache. So that means it has to be in a public place or at least a an often public place, like something, if it closes at night, that's one thing, that's not that big of a deal, but it has to be accessible at some part of the day. You don't need a shovel or any kind of tools to break into something or get into something or dig in the ground. As long as you can get at it with your hands, that's one of the main things about geocaching.
And basically, so if I wanted to if I wanted to create like my own cache in Alameda or out in the desert somewhere, what's the best way to start doing that?
You would go to geocaching.com. You would find a location that didn't have too many other geocaches in the area.
I bet I can do that in Nevada.
Right, a lot of
empty space in Nevada.
That's one thing. You're not supposed to have too many caches right next to each other.
Okay.
I'm not sure why, but that's one of the rules on the website.
Well, then people would be like, yeah, I hit 5 caches this week, but they were all 5 yards apart.
Totally. Then you would decide how big you want it to be. You would go hide it, and then you would go back and enter in all the information about that cache, including if you wanted to leave a little hint for people who are having trouble finding it.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun, and it's totally free to get started, so there's really no reason to not try it out if you're interested in this kind of thing.
And it's a nice way to sort of, for free, spice up a hike, give yourself a goal, start stretching out your horizons and exploring the parks in your area.
Absolutely.
Good stuff.
It's a good family activity as well.
And what's the dog activity?
Yes.
GeoCaching.com?
GeoCaching.com is the website.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Veronica Belmont. Geocaching is not coming up next. We're going to be talking about FAT32 file segments, or, well, we'll explain in a minute about backing up and formatting and partitioning. But right now, we got to take a moment to thank one of our sponsors.
Need a new domain name? Consider registering a new .com. We all know that the .com domain name is the original and the best. It's globally understood, and it gives your website immediate credibility no matter what name you choose. And the best place to find a new .com domain is at domain.com. Here at Tekzilla, we like domain.com because they're affordable, they're reliable, and easy to use. Plus, domain.com's active social media presence on Twitter, @domain.com, and great customer support makes it a fun place to do business. Not enough? What about an awesome coupon code with a big 20% discount off of domain.com's already low prices? All you need to do is use the coupon code Tekzilla when you check out at domain.com. That's 20% off, people. Big time savings. Don't forget to give Tekzilla coupon code some love. And when you think domain names, think domain.com, and that's a .com.